Ladies and gentlemen, very good evening to you and welcome to the Vertu Motors Arena here in Newcastle, where tonight, Sarlin Brothers for Wasserman Boxing are proud to present the Northeast Takeover, an evening of championship boxing in association with Wilm Hill, Newman, and Infinitum Entertainment. Our main events are later live on Channel 5. And now, ladies and gentlemen, with no further ado, we're ready for tonight's first bout. It is scheduled for welcome to the red corner, Taka Bembere.
X gon' give it to you. Wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you. Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real. With the non-stop pop out and stainless steel. Go hard getting busy with it. But I got such a good heart that I make the mother one day if you get it. Damn right, and I do it again. Cause I am light, so I got to win. Break bread with the enemy. No matter how many cats I break bread with, I break who you sending me. You motherfucker never wanna know what your life saved. You know that's from the life day. I'm getting down.
And now, would you please welcome Kai Richmond. Ladies and gentlemen, our third man in the ring will be our referee, Neil Close. Introducing to first the fighter in the red corner, wearing black and red, weighing in at 9 stone 5 pounds. Appearing in his 27th professional contest tonight, hailing from Zimbabwe, please welcome Taka Bembere. And introducing his opponent in the blue corner, wearing white with turquoise trim, weighing in at 9 stone 9 pounds. Holding a record of 1 win, no defeats, he fights out of Newcastle. Would you please welcome Cobra Kai Richmond.
Boxer, come in. Okay, both of you both know the rules of boxing. Keep your punches up, keep your heads up, obey my commands at all times, defend yourselves at all times. Touch gloves, back your corner.
So 4 rounds at featherweight here between Kai Richmond, he is in the white and light blue, and Taka Bembere in the black and red. Cobra Kai, as he's known, has sold plenty of tickets for this one, and immediately onto the front foot, looking to try and let that right hand go. He's 1-0 as a pro. Made his debut in Newcastle in March with a win. He sold plenty of tickets as well. Bembere, a road warrior, very much an away corner fighter. Only been stopped 3 times in his 25 defeats. Richmond just looking for that quite wide right hand. Bembere just pushed back into the corner here, but he looks comfortable enough. Stoops in with an attempted jab to the body. Good left hook there from Bembere. Dug his toes in and got decent purchase on that. Just touchy with the jab there, Richmond, and then again looks for that right. But he's yet to catch Bembari 100% clean. Trying to jab his way in there, Richmond. Double jab followed by the right hand. That's a good-looking right hand from Richmond. He snatched at it a little bit so far, but he shot that one through nice and straight. Heading into the final minute of round one. There's that left hand from Bembari. Richmond's just got to be a little bit careful of that. That right glove drops every now and again. Bembari's not just going to cover up all the way through here. He will do when he needs to. Right hand just got round the back of the guard there from Richmond, and I think just stunned Bembari a touch. Shakes his head. But it was a well-placed punch, just managed to sling it in round the back of the guard. Final few seconds of an opening round that's been dominated by Richmond, as you would expect. He's looked nice and confident. I think he's very much enjoyed being part of a big fight week, starting with the open workouts and the press conference and just the whole feel of the thing.
Swings straight over the top. When you've got him pinned up against the ropes, that's where he's going to trigger and swing them wild hooks. Okay? So when you go in, got no problem what you're doing, just be fucking wary, right? Okay? Yeah. Good lad. What do you think? Lay your hands close. Don't be trying just one jab, one jab, one jab, one jab. Lay your hands go. Nice and power.
Corners, 10 seconds. Seconds out, round two.
So into the second here, scheduled for 4 at featherweight between Kai Richmond in the white and blue and Taka Bembari in the black and red. Richmond 1-0. Bembari, a seasoned away corner fighter. Richmond with a decent first round, put some nice punches together at times. Did leave himself open every now and again to a left hand from Bembari, who will take the opportunity to fire when it presents itself. There's that left hand again, he just whips it up from the waist, and he's got to keep that right hand up a little bit more effectively there, Richmond. It's a minor thing, but worth paying attention to. That's a decent right there from Richmond as he just barrels Bembari into the corner. The first one just moved him in towards the neutral corner. The second one got through a lot cleaner. And Bembari, I think, is feeling a few of these. He really lets that right hand go, Richmond. And he lets 3 or 4 go in succession. Perilously close with the right again there. Richmond teed it up nicely with the jab and through the right cross. With good balance, Bembari just about managed to get out of the way of it. There's not much coming back from Bembari at the minute. As I said, I think he was a little bit stunned by the right hand earlier in the round, and at the moment Richmond is just able to tee off on him, and Bembari gets off the ropes and manages to get a hold of him. And the referee, I think, is going to have a word about that, about some holding. Actually, he's going to get the shorts pulled up a bit. That protector is just beginning to ride up above the belt line, and Bemberi won't mind this because it just gives him a few extra seconds here to try and sort himself out to an extent. He's not looked in huge trouble at any point. It's not looked like he's going to come apart exactly, but I think the weighted shot from Richmond with that right hand at times has been quite serious. He's got an MMA background as an amateur mainly by Richmond, although he's been around boxing gyms for a long time. It just meant that he had to turn pro without any official amateur experience, he was telling me. But no problem at all getting licensed. Final 30 seconds of round 2. One thing you notice about Richmond is that he's happy to let this man slip across the ropes away to his right, to Richmond's right, because then he'll step across and look to catch him with a kind of roundhouse right hand. He almost shows in that exit and then looks to block it off. Just a little bit rushed with the right hand that time at the end of the round.
Wild man, listen. Calm down, right? You let him get in the edge, chill out, right? When you circle him round, walk him onto that shot. Yeah, we've done it a million times. Okay? Stop just chasing. Yeah? Left hand high on the way in, left hand high on the way out. That's all I'm asking. Okay? Defensively aware. Okay? That's all I want.
Well, that was the attack at the start of the round. A couple of good right hands there that got through, and I think Bemberi just needed to get a hold there and gather himself.
Ready, stand up. Yeah, let's go.
Corners, 10 seconds. Seconds out, round 3.
So into the second half of this one, scheduled for 4. Touch of gloves there. That left glove was offered by Taka Bemberi in the black and red. In the white and blue there is Kai Richmond. And it's Richmond who's dominated so far, as you would have expected. Very much the prospect in this fight. Right hand there for Richmond, and down goes Bemberi. And he went down pretty hard and heavy there too. Hit with that right, that kind of right hand that I was describing in the previous round, where he slings it in from wide, and Bemberi was moving off to his left and came straight into it, and he's in big trouble here because there's a long way to go in this round. They got the towel in their hand, the corner away to my right, the Bemberi corner, and so he looks to just try and close Richmond down, get hold of him and gain a little bit of respite for Richmond, just finding good distance there, looking to dig those toes in and tee off, and Bemberi's trainer is watching this very, very closely. The legs look a little bit shaky there, and again he's at mid-range, and that towel is going to come in any second, I think. Bemberi just climbs off those ropes and manages to put a few punches together himself, but you just get the feeling that he's on borrowed time here, really. Another big solid right comes in around the back of the guard, and the referee steps in and stops this one. And that's a good performance from Kai Richmond. Not many fighters stop Taka Bemberi, and he's done that in quite clinical fashion, and you can see that that right hand is heavy, because whenever he landed it clean, Bemberi looked like he was in trouble. It stung him, you could see it. And right at the start of that round, he got through a couple of times, and the second one put Bemberi down. And the way he went down, you knew that it was a heavy knockdown. So he could be well pleased with that. That's that volley of punches at the start of the third round that saw Bemberi go down. He has a quick look towards the corner there, and as soon as this happened, the corner got the towel in their hand. It's that big wallop with the right hand. He threw that almost from the waist, a big kind of roundhouse shot, and hits him straight on the chin, right on the end of the chin. and laid him out. And from that point on, the corner was watching it very, very closely. It's a good stoppage from the referee. He got in at just the right time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have time of 1 minute and 21 seconds into the round number 3 when our referee in charge, Neil Close, steps in and calls a halt to the contest. Your winner by TKO, Cobra Kai Richmond. Let's also hear it for Aaron.
So Kai, great finish, great right hand.
Yeah, I'm happy I got the finish. First stoppage of my boxing career, so I'm over the moon with that. I felt I was a bit sloppy at times, I didn't really show 100% me, but I still got the job done in the end. That's all that matters.
And you look like you've really enjoyed this week. You look really confident as you came to the ring there. I think you've soaked up the whole experience.
Yeah, I was a dead shy kid, so I don't really know why I thrive with all this. I must just be a secret attention seeker. I don't know, but I fucking love it. Sorry about that.
Well, when are we going to see you next?
Who knows? We'll see what opportunities present themselves, so I'm sure we'll all know about it as soon as I do.
Okay, well, congratulations. Well done tonight.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
6-2, yeah? 6-2.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is scheduled for 6 2-minute rounds in the super bantamweight division. Let's welcome our fighters into the ring. Joining us first in the red corner, Jasmina Dad.
Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Gonna find you and take it slowly. Ready or not, here I come. Can't hide. Gonna find you and make you want me. Yo, I play my enemies like a game of chess where I rest. No stress, no success. Less, I must confess, my destiny's manifest. This is vortex and sweats. I make tracks
And now about to make her entrance, would you please welcome Lisa Whiteside.
I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on a tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge of this contest will be Kevin McIntyre. Introducing first the fighter in the red corner, wearing blue and yellow, weighing in at 8 stone 10 pounds. Tonight she appears in her 41st professional contest, hailing from Subotica, Serbia. Please welcome Jasmina Nad. And introducing the fighter in the blue corner, wearing white with black and gold trim, weighing in at 8 stone 9 pounds. From 3 fights, she has 3 wins with 1 KO victory. Hailing from Chorley, would you please welcome Lisa Lionheart Whiteside.
Ladies, both know the rules. Obey my commands at all time. Defend yourselves at all time. Touch gloves. Let's go to work.
Round 1.
So this one's scheduled for 6 2-minute rounds in the super bantamweight division. Lisa Whiteside in the black and white shorts, Jasmina Nad in the blue and yellow. Right hand over the top there from Whiteside, and Nad goes down straight away inside the first 20 seconds. And that's an unusual sight. Jasmina Nad is a very tough, durable fighter. She's never been stopped in her 24 defeats, but Whiteside came out really, really quick there. She's looking to make an impression. It's been a long time since she was last in a pro ring. Back in September 2019, lovely uppercut there from Whiteside, who caught Jasmina Nad, who continues to come forward. Well, this has been an action-packed first minute, it really has. Whiteside again just dips down to her right and looks for that uppercut, and she's landing it every single time that she throws it. But Nad, since the knockdown, is just managing to gobble these up. There's another right hand from Whiteside, and you have to wonder how much longer Jasmina Nad can take these for, having already hit the canvas once. Nice jab to the body there from Whiteside. And he's really looking to impress tonight because, as I say, she's been out for so long, fighting with a fantastic amateur record. Commonwealth Games gold medalist, silvers, bronzes in the Europeans and the World Championships. And just finding good distance there, Whiteside, and catching Nad as she comes forward. And that really needs Whiteside to slow down, because it's difficult to see how anyone's going to be able to take 6 rounds of this. Lead right hand there from Whiteside. Great first round for her.
Nice big breath. Keep those hands a little tight in the air. Just put them up. Behind your head.
Gets the knockdown really early. Uppercut with the right, then turned it into a right hook. Into the body with the uppercut, and then caught her with the right. As she was coming in, standing a bit tall. So it maybe didn't hurt her all that much, but it was strong enough to put her down. She went down quite hard.
Corners, 10 seconds. Corners. Seconds out, round 2.
So into the second. Whiteside with a 10-8 in that opening round. And plenty has happened since she was last in the ring. She's had a baby boy that was born on Boxing Day, would you believe, in 2020. And then as she was looking to come back in late summer, autumn time, she tore a rotator cuff in her left shoulder, had to have that operated on, and it's taken until now to get back. She wants to be on the title trail as soon as she possibly can, and that is a distinct possibility given the amateur experience and the ability that she does have. Looking for that single right hand again there. He just got caught by right himself there, Whiteside. Nad will keep coming forward. She will keep throwing right into the body there from Whiteside, and again looks for the uppercut. Just weaving off to her left-hand side. She's been made to work hard here, Whiteside. She's happy to do it. But now just rolls in on you, trusting her chin, which, when you look at her record, is an entirely reasonable thing to do. She's lasted the distance with the likes of Dina Thorson, Eva Wahlstrom, Shannon Courtney, all fighters who went on to be world champions. Just backing off a little bit more now, Whiteside. Long right hand there from Nad, didn't quite make it. Right, so again looks for the uppercut, didn't land it that time.
Nemoj da razmišljaš, pruži dugački levi, slušaš me, levi direkt i desni kroše, ali mora levi direkt da pogodi, ali nemoj da razmišljaš, pruži ga i odmah... Levi direkt kroše! Tako je, tako je. All I want you to do is to be nice and calm after that jab, but however, come out with his hands up from it.
Corners, 10 seconds. Corners. Seconds out, round 3.
Into the third, Whiteside looking to try and get onto the jab early on there. Likes to get into that kind of mid-range, really, and then just let her hands go, dig those toes in and look for that uppercut, and again just she finds it absolutely clean there, and again, but now just doesn't even really blink and keeps coming forward. Right hand landed a little bit higher on the head, and Nad took a slight stumble. I think it was a balance issue more than anything else. Again, another heavy-looking right there from Whiteside. She's an experienced fighter, but what she's got to think about here is just conserving a little bit of energy at times, pacing herself. The only way this can really go wrong is if she blows a gasket, because Yasmina Nad is there to be hit. But if she's going to throw constantly for 12 minutes, then it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. Just looking to try and loop that right hand over the top that time, Whiteside. these 2-minute rounds really do slip by quickly. Left hand into the body there from Whiteside. White's right there from Nad, just about got through, but the guard was up the second time around for Whiteside. There's another good crunching right hand and another one towards the end of the round, but again Nad just rolls forward. There's that uppercut which has landed numerous times.
Little half step, make it come forward again. Then when she comes and misses, make it there, get off. When she's trying to hook you down, if you just do it, try on the side and then nail it straight right under the side.
Ona dominira, ti krećeš, posle desne krošeja ide i levi. Odmah pogađa levi. Ajde. Ajde. Molim te.
Seconds out, round 4.
So into the second half of this one, scheduled for 6 as super bantamweight. Lisa Whiteside in the black and white, Yasmina Nad in the yellow and blue. Whiteside winning that first round 10-8. She's won the second and the third as well, but Nad is just always in front of you, always looking to come forward, is always looking to let her hands go. Whiteside has been too skillful for her so far. Good right there again from Whiteside, but she does have to be a little bit careful. And there's another right that gets through. She'll have got the feeling by now, Lisa Whiteside, that Yasmina Nad, true to her record, is unlikely to go anywhere tonight. She's going to make it through to the final bell. It would take something pretty special for that not to be the case. This is a good workout for Whiteside. He's just standing southpaw there, landing the left hand to the body, and switched into what was, in the end, the lead uppercut from that left-handed stance. Now trying to maul her on the inside. Almost a right-hand lead there from Whiteside. And leads off with a left uppercut that time. Good bit of upper body movement. I think this is a good fight for Whiteside after such a long-term time out, because she's been made to work here. She's landed plenty, which would be good for the confidence, but she's been made to work hard here. And she's keeping the tempo high. Nad barely throws a straight punch. They all come in from wide. She's got height and reach, but just doesn't use it at all. Caught by right hand there, Nad again, but she's got this kind of robbery quality to her stance and the way she goes about her business. The punch lands and it looks like it's had an effect, but she manages to soak it up very, very quickly. Defence from Whiteside, keeping that left glove up every time she throws that right hand.
But then once you finish, you just let his hands come down here. Have a bit like a nice and smart switch off. Get on the wing, drop a little bit. That's not being backing up. Drop the wing a little bit more there, so you see it all coming. She's just going to drop it, and that's it.
Seconds out, round 5.
So into the 5th. And there's that uppercut again. Right on cue at the beginning of the round, and Whiteside has landed some quality shots on Yasmina Nad. Right from the very start of the fight, she knocked her down after 20 seconds, and she continues to just ping her, really, particularly with that right hand. But now the punch resistance is serious, because she just keeps moving that front foot forward, looking to try and close the distance and let her own hands go. She hasn't had a great deal of success in terms of what she's landed. Whiteside is happy to have it at that mid-range, up close, which does give Nad an opportunity potentially, but Whiteside's reactions, as she shows just there actually, and again, just slipping shots, are good. Cut on the corner of the right eye there for Whiteside, and blood just coming from it is coming clear of the eye. You'd imagine that was a clash of heads on the inside, but that will encourage Nad, however it came about. Nice left hand there from Whiteside. So that's another thing that she's going to have to deal with here. Not ideal. She'll have wanted to get through this fight without any kind of damage, and there's a lot of blood coming from that cut. As I say, it is clear of the eye, but that might not be great news. Difficult to see exactly from here how bad that might be. Mark Seltzer in the corner there for Whiteside, taking care of cuts. Very experienced cut man who's just getting the stool in now. He'll want as much time to have a look at that as he can possibly get when the bell goes at the end of round 5. There we go. Doesn't look too bad actually. I think that's where it came there, as she dipped off to her left-hand side and threw that left hand, and you can see the blood coming from it immediately, so completely accidental. There'll be adrenaline solution on the end of that Q-tip. You can have 1 part adrenaline to 1,000 parts water. Try and get that in contact with the cut for as long as you can between rounds, and give it a pinch, apply some pressure and a little bit of Vaseline, and that's really all you can do. But I say that's all you can do, and it's a real art, a real skill. Into the 6th and final round. Right hand into the body there from Whiteside, and again just really sat down on that right cross, but you can tell she's been in a fight here, Whiteside. It's not just the cut, there's some swelling around the left eye. Again, I think that might be due to the heads banging together. I won't be surprised if she has some swelling to her hands after this one as well, because she has hit Nad with absolutely everything, and she just keeps moving forward. Every now and again the screen might go a little bit blank, but then it reboots and she's back. So a minute to go. And apart from the cut, I think this is the kind of return that the Whiteside would have wanted, because she's definitely blown a few cobwebs away here. She's been out of the ring for a long, long time, and as I said previously, now there's an opponent who makes you work really, really hard. She's kept that tempo high. She hasn't looked to really use her feet to stay out of the way at any point. She's deliberately wanted to keep the pace of this hot. It's just a shame that she's picked up that damage to the corner of the eye, but hopefully not too bad. And if it isn't, then it won't keep her out for any length of time. Final few seconds. Nad just getting a few away there. Nice 1-2 again there from Whiteside. Well, there goes the bell. Whiteside takes a seat on the stool. I think she thinks that there's another round to come, another couple of rounds to come, but this is a 6-round contest. Yasmin and Ad knows that. Lisa Whiteside, I think, was expecting a couple more there, as was her trainer by the look on his face there, Big Day. But I don't think they'll be too upset about that, because with the cut, it's not the worst thing in the world that, unbeknownst to them, this was scheduled for 6 rather than 8. She's had a good workout, and I think has got what she wanted out of this fight, certainly. It's going to be a convincing win on the cards, no doubt about that.
After 6 rounds of action, we go to the scorecard. Our referee, Kevin McIntyre, scored this contest 60-53 in favor of your winner, Lisa Lionheart Whiteside.
So good return there for Lisa Whiteside. After a long time out of the ring, she wins every round and goes to 4-0.
So I think it's this one. Mine is that when it's used is to know when to just get into the habit, and you always do this anyway, but at the end of the round, whoever's talking, just finish it quick, make sure it's me, and then if they go to the break, you don't need to do that, and then they'll tell you whether we have or we haven't. Heather, you need to wrap it up. I don't know what I mean. I'll just do that. Yeah, no, that's how it looks to me. It looks like there's going to be some lazy. Yeah, I don't think it's coming. I think I've missed somewhere. Sorry. You got anything else to fill the sky? Anything else to fill the sky? No, I sort of sidled off last October, really. I could see from the relaunch that there just wasn't really so I just said, you know, so are you doing 5? Well, that's why the bit of a roadblock for us. Yeah, so Liverpool, Drago, but the other match came today. No, didn't. So yeah. Yeah, thanks for giving me a shout.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we continue the action with a 4-rounder in the heavyweight division. Let's welcome our fighters into the ring. Joining us first in the red corner, Franklin Ignatius.
Well, this is an interesting contest between two unbeaten heavyweights. This is Franklin Ignatius, 4 fights and 4 wins. His career been interrupted by COVID, like so many have been. Got a couple of fights in before that descended. And has had 2 points wins over 4 rounds this year. They both got a common recent opponent in Phil Williams. Both of them have beaten him over 4 rounds. One slightly better than the other. Hosea Stewart with that particular edge, not that it really means anything, but Ignatius sees this as a huge opportunity, basically to take Stewart's place on the Wasserman roster.
And now, dear fight fans, would you please welcome to the blue corner, Hosea Stewart.
Well, here comes Hosea Stewart, all 23 stone and 2 pounds of him. 20 pounds lighter than he was for his first 2 pro fights. And I could see the difference on him when he walked past me to take to the scales yesterday. He looks in good shape. He was heavy in the amateurs. He's always been this way. And was a good amateur too, a GB champion at one point. He's done plenty of good sparring. They both have. 2 fights and 2 wins on his professional record up until this point, and he's brought plenty of support.
Ladies and gentlemen, our third man in the ring in charge of this contest will be Kenny Pringle. Introducing to first the fighter in the red corner, wearing black trunks with gold trim, weighing in at 17 stone 3 pounds. His record: 4 wins, including 1 KO victory, no defeats. Hailing from London, please welcome Franklin Ignatius. And his opponent in the blue corner is wearing black with gold and green, weighing in at 23 stone and 2 pounds. His record: 2 fights, 2 wins. Fighting out of Wolverhampton, please welcome the Midlands monster, Hosea Stewart.
Okay, boys, I want you to listen to me all times and defend yourself all times. Touch gloves.
Round 1.
So 4 rounds or fewer scheduled here at heavyweight between Hosea Stewart in the black, green and gold, the Jamaican colours, and Franklin Ignatius in the black and gold. Stewart, as I said, 23 stone 2, Ignatius 17 stone 3, so giving away about 6 stone. He looks in good shape, Ignatius. And Hosea Stewart, as I say, has dropped 20 pounds since his last couple of pro fights. It's a lot of weight to carry around, though, Dave.
It is a lot of weight to carry around. And it's do you know what? When you're looking at him sizing up there, you just see how much bigger Stewart is. And the physical presence of him.
Looking for the long right hand there, Stewart. Didn't quite land it, but that crunching jab has got through a couple of times. Ignatius telling me yesterday, not worried about the size difference. Lands a lead left himself there, a minute into round one. The referee just getting in and breaking them. And that's the kind of thing that Ignatius will need the referee to do, because in that particular situation, just like now, Stewart gets a hold of him, walks him back to the ropes, and there's not really anything you can do about it.
And it can be physically very, very draining. A big man like that leaning all over you. Ignatius has got to use his angles. He can't afford to just stand in front where Stewart can just bully him and use his size.
Doesn't quite land the jab there, Stewart. And then lands that lead hand into the chest. Good right hand on the inside there from Ignatius. And then digs the left into the body. Left hook didn't miss by much there from Franklin Ignatius into the final minute of round one. They went at it at the press conference on Thursday. Ignatius questioning Stewart's gas tank, and Stewart wasn't having any of it. Long right hand there from Stewart, but Ignatius managed to take his weight back, used the ropes and rode that one fairly effectively. Again here Stewart just with the slow walk back to the red corner, now trying to shake his arms free and get some work done now that he's pushed his man into that corner, looking to land that short right hand. Ignatius with a left to the body, then a left to the head. With a new trainer these days, Hosea Stewart, was with Richie Gent. Now Anthony Manning. Just launches that jab up from the waist. You can get good power with it, can't you, doing that? Just flicking it up, and you do get the feeling that whenever he lands or half lands, it's a problem.
It is because of the sheer weight of it. It's just his arms. If they're just popping you and popping you. This is why I think Ignatius has got to get off that line. And when he throws his jab, he's trying to work his jab, he's trying to throw a double jab. But what he tends to be doing, he seems to be pulling his face away. So he's not going to see that right hand that comes over if Stewart throws the right hand. And a couple of times he's pulling quite high on it.
Seconds out, round two.
So into the second, they scheduled for 4. Hosea Stewart in the predominantly black with the green and gold. Franklin Ignatius in the black and gold. Ignatius just caught on the end of Stewart's jab there, and now pushed back to the ropes, and Stewart almost gets him in a kind of headlock. Goes that lead left hand low, Stewart, then planted into the chest of Ignatius, which causes him to take a step back. Ignatius just setting his feet and looking for the 1-2 there. The left hand just a rangefinder, then really launched that right, but it didn't land. Ignatius was getting in low there, binding on like a second row forward, really, to try and take Stewart back to the blue corner. Good body work there from Ignatius.
Yes, nice work underneath. Very nice work. He puts his chops together really well, but this is where mentally he's got to stay strong, because when he's landing those body shots, it doesn't look like it's having an effect, but it can be having an effect.
Smile there from Ignatius. He looks to try and go down to the body again with that left hand. Midway through round two. It's a very physical fight, this, as we expected it to be. That's how Stewart was always going to need it to be for a big man who does a reasonable job of cutting that ring off on his opponent. Ignatius just backing up to give himself a little bit of room, and again rams that left hand into the belly.
Ignatius is definitely doing some great work underneath.
Well, the referee said break, and Ignatius hit him with a left hand, and Stewart gave no reaction at all to it. Right hand into the body there of Ignatius, and I just wonder if he might be a little bit hurt there as Stewart came forward. He's getting hold, and those two just having words with each other. I don't think he was hurt, but for a second there, it looked like there could be a problem. Ignatius getting really tight on Stewart most of the time in this second round, and Stewart hasn't really got any room to work. Ignatius, though, just about has, and he's made pretty good use of that tactic.
Yeah, I think he's definitely had the better of the round. The better shots, the better quality shots. The only thing that's been a disadvantage for him is when they are up close, is the leaning on and the strength of Stewart, the weight.
Well, there's been a bit of feeling between these two during the week, and Hosea Stewart just wanting to continue the conversation now with Ignatius at the end of the round. And this is the body work. It gets nice and low. He's really dipping those knees to get the leverage into the punches and to get low enough as well that it's difficult for Stewart to find him.
Yeah, he does, and he gets some, the good quality shots. I mean, that was this is what I'm saying about the jab of Stewart. Even if it just lands correctly, puts his weight on it, that's a lot of weight to come on the end of that jab. You see that it knocked him off balance. I don't think it was particularly hurt, it was just the balance. But again, it came back and it worked really well. You can see with, I mean, this is the first time I've seen Stewart up close, but his demeanour, I don't think he's used to people not being intimidated by his size. And Ignatius is, by giving him the chap back and firing back, he's showing that he's not.
So into the third, halfway through this one, scheduled for 4 at heavyweight. Stewart looks to try and flick that jab. He dips his head, and again just trying to push Ignatius back to the ropes, who greets it with a smile. Nice lead left hand there from Ignatius. Stewart trying to find a little bit of room for body shots on the inside. And although he's got that weight advantage, as we've been saying, to walk Ignatius back into the ropes, and that can take its toll as the fight progresses. When they're that tight to each other, only one of them has really got room to land anything, and it's not Stewart. He needs to keep it more where he is at the minute, flicking that jab up from the waist. With Ignatius, he needs to be all the way out or all the way in, doesn't he? You cannot get stuck in the middle.
No. But when he's out, I'd like him to throw more jabs and actually move off the line or move his head when he's throwing the jab, rather than giving Stewart a chance to pop whenever he wants to. There, you see there, it came underneath the right hand and he throws the body shot.
Again, just finds the body well there, and you can see those punches dig in. You can see the effect they have. You can see the ripple through the torso there of Stewart. He just gets nice and low, bends those knees, springs up and gets some power on them. And this is a close fight.
Again, inside. You see, Stewart, his work rate's not very good. When he's at range, he's throwing the odd jab. But the better work on the inside is coming from Ignatius. And although Stewart seems to be wanting to get on the inside to bully him and use his size, there needs to be some boxing behind that. And there's no actual boxing when he gets inside. It's just the wrestling and the physicality.
Just clubs with the right hand on the inside there, Stewart. The dynamic of the fight is that he's the one coming forward, he's the one pushing his man back, but what you're looking for, what you always have to be looking for, is effective punching.
Yeah.
The opening round, I'd say, was Stewart's on balance. The second round, Ignatius's. Most likely this third round has been fairly similar to the second. The cleaner, more quality shots, I think, probably have come from the red corner. But there's not an awful lot in it. And the look of the fight is exactly what we're seeing there. The bigger man just barreling the smaller man back to the ropes.
You see there, he gets on the, he marauds forward, gets on the inside, so he's on top of Ignatius, but it's Ignatius that pulls the trigger when he gets inside. Brings his elbows in and just clips him underneath.
So touch of gloves between the two, fourth and final round, and this is a tight fight. This is all on this final round from where we're sitting, and both of these two have got to go out and work hard. Ignatius' corner telling him in no uncertain terms that he's just got to put absolutely everything into this. And Stewart's corner will have been telling him the same. Just trying to quicken up those feet there, Ignatius, and Stewart looks to throw that jab. But again, they get up close here. Ignatius gets hold, and there's not really enough room for Stewart to get too much work done. And physically, Ignatius has stood up to the extra 6 stones in those kinds of clinches well.
He's done very well. Shows he's a strong kid. But he's been very smart on the inside as well. He's not panicked. He's not pressed that panic button. He's looked for the little gaps.
Good jab there from Stewart. Ignatius caught that one as he was on the way in, but he kept moving in.
Because you know that Stewart's trying to time him with that jab as Ignatius comes back in when they're at a distance. Ignatius comes in a straight line with his jab. If he threw a little feint, so Stewart's going to pull the trigger with his jab, he could time him and catch an eye-catching right hand or something.
Midway through round 4. Stewart just pinning that arm there of Ignatius, looking for the right hand into the body. The referee just allowing them to get on with it, but then does get in and breaks the two of them up. Ignatius quickly in there. He doesn't want to get trapped on the ropes, and he knows it. So he sprang forward and gets in tight. Close is safe for Ignatius against Hosea Stewart, or safer anyway. Launches off with the right hand there, Ignatius. I don't think it really landed cleanly. And it's been quite messy, this, to watch as a spectacle, but it's been kind of absorbing as well, because when you've got a fighter with a big weight advantage like this, it's always fascinating to see how the other fighter's going to go about it.
And it's always going to be hard for the smaller man who's under this intense pressure and being mauled all over to actually look any quality. But I think he's done it. Ignatius, I like how he's been throwing these shots again. The rally underneath. Showing a lot of smarts on the inside there.
Stewart just looking for the uppercut on the inside. Did land it, and again just walking Ignatius back, looking for that right hand. As I said, the dynamic of the fight has been the bigger man rolling onto the smaller man, pushing him back towards the ropes. And some judges, the referee who will score this one, who's got a brilliant view, that may be what he favours, that may count for something, but the cleaner punching, really, body work overall, you would say, has come from Franklin Ignatius, and these two at the belt just having a face-off. It's a bit late for that, gentlemen. The fight's over now. and they're in for an anxious wait. It was great to see the pair of them take this fight. They're 4-0 and 2-0. It's the kind of fight you want to see early on. Whoever does lose this, it's close. It's not really too much of a setback.
No, it's not. Listen, at this stage of the career, it's not. These are real fights. It's not something that's turning up and it's going to, you can hit once and they're going to roll on the floor. This is a real competitive fight. So whoever gets beat will learn from it, become a better fighter, come back. And like you say, at this stage of their careers, we want to see them in fights. Like, these are actually like, for the fans that are turning up or tuning in, they want to see fights like this.
100%. Ignatius claiming the victory in his corner with trainer Brian Lawrence. Hosea Stewart doing exactly the same in the blue corner. The referee scores this one, of course, over 4 rounds. He's just communicating his score to Tuka. He's scribbling it down.
For me, if you score body shots, there's only one winner in there.
Well, here we go. Let's find out.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of action, we go to the scorecard. Our referee, Kevin Bringle, scored the contest 38-38. It's a draw.
So,
A round of applause for
38,
both
38,
fighters,
2 rounds apiece,
Franklin
and the
Ignatius
draw.
and
A shake of the
Hosea
head there
Stewart.
for Franklin Ignatius, but I can see exactly how the referee has ended up at that score, and maybe we'll get to see this again.
I'd like to see over 6.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is scheduled for 6 2-minute rounds in the lightweight division. Let's welcome our fighters into the ring. Joining us first in the red corner, Beck Connolly.
Beck Connolly, a very familiar figure in British rings in recent years, has been on a number of high-profile shows, has been with some very, very good fighters as well. Been the distance with a good number of them. Always brings a good fight.
And now about to make her entrance, would you please welcome into the blue corner, Jordan Barker Porter.
Jordan Barker Porter, one of the local fighters on the bill from Newcastle, was a good amateur, won a gold medal at the Haringey. Got to a senior novices final, was actually training at GB, and then COVID came and she decided to turn pro as quick as she could come the end of the pandemic, and has had 5 fights already after making her debut last November. 4 wins, 1 defeat.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge of this contest will be Neil Close. Introducing first the fighter in the red corner, wearing black, purple, and yellow. Weighing in at 9 stone, 9 pounds. This is her 18th professional contest. She comes to us from Watford. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lady Luck, Beck Connolly. And introducing her opponent across the ring in the blue corner, wearing white and black with silver trim, weighing in at 9 stone, 9 pounds. She joins us with a record of 4 wins and 1 defeat. Hailing from Newcastle, ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Jordan Barker Porter.
Alright, both of you know the rule of boxing. Keep your punches up, keep your heads up, obey my commands at all times, defend yourselves at all times. Touch gloves, back your corner.
So into the first, they're scheduled for 6 at lightweight. Jordan Barker Porter in the white and black, Beck Connolly in the black and purple. Left hand gets through there from Connolly early on, but Barker Porter coming back with a 1-2, and Connolly doing what Connolly does, which is coming to fight. I mentioned she's been in with some good opposition, been the distance with the likes of Ali Scott, Muhammad Ali, Sky Nicholson. It has been stopped only by some top operators though, Terry Harper, Natasha Jonas, Ebony Bridges, Nina Hughes more recently. Looks to let go with a left hook there, Connolly. Barker Porter, longer, leaner look to her, just feints with that front foot, tries to land the jab.
You know, you're just reeling off those names that Beck Connolly's been in with. It's like a who's who in British boxing right now. You know, she's so tough.
But she really will take any fight. COVID was very, very difficult for her. It was for lots of people, of course, but she had a couple of businesses she was running up until that point, which ran into difficulties, as, again, so many people's did. Children to support. She was always looking for fights, and was happy to answer the call to anyone, as proved by that roster we were just outlining. Barker Porter looks nice and balanced, carries that lead left hand quite low. Nice jab there, just flicks it up from the waist, gets some decent snap on it.
A few times she's found a home for that right hand as well, Barker Porter. Oh.
Every so often sting one in, but leave the beat there and then go with the right hand as well. Don't just have to come off all the time, alright? Sometimes you're moving off there and you don't have to. Just not even nowhere near, you're just glancing away. Or you can put that in. Nice and straight though.
There's that one too. Just finding the range with the lead left hand there and crunching through with the right. So into the second. Barker Porter taking the centre of the ring.
She's very relaxed, isn't she?
Decent jab there. And Barker Porter just knocked back the head of Connolly as she was looking to try and move in. Decent jab again there from Barker Porter. Tried to put the right hand on the back of it. She's controlling the fight nicely here, just using those feet, manoeuvring Connolly around without really letting her hands go too much. Just as I say that, throws her right, then crossed her feet a little bit as she came forward. She only started boxing 4 years ago, so she's made impressive progress.
Yeah, and she's been quite busy. So you know, when she turned professional, getting those 5 fights in quickly. Again, the right hand over the top. I feel you can see that she's boxing well within herself. I like to start seeing her doubling up on the jab, and then the right hand will probably come straight through.
Final few seconds of the round, just comes in behind the 1-2 again there, Barker Porter.
So as she closes the range, she throws a double jab as she's moving her feet in. She'll be right on top of Connolly for that chopping right hand. We'll get more leverage on it rather than just catching on the end of it.
I want them feet quick. Yes. Feet is big for you. All right. You've got to pass the feet. Once you're leading, step off right hand. Yeah. Double jab right hand. Single shots. Jab, pause, right hand. Feet are going away.
Seconds out, round 3.
Into the third, Barker Porter in the white shorts quickly to the centre of the ring. On the outside, trying to close that distance whenever she can, but most of the time when she does try it, she finds herself on the end of that jab. That was a decent lead left again there from Barker Porter. Carries it pretty low, so it's an up jab when she throws it.
There was a nice right hand there that she caught Connolly with as well. So you can see as Beck's trying to close the range, she's pulling her arm out to throw the jab. So Porter's seen that coming, so she's just sticking that jab straight through on her as she's walking in. I do feel that Porter's got an opportunity here to, again, we've discussed the names that Beck Connolly's been in with and you know, she's done the distance with. I do feel that Porter's got an opportunity here to go out there and make a bit of a statement for herself. Because she's doing everything so comfortable in herself, but she's allowing, I mean, she's catching Connolly here again, she's catching it, but then she's allowing her these breathers. And then when she's skipping off, because she's moving her feet slowly, she's allowing her to just get her breath back a little bit. She's very, very wise and very, very experienced as Beck, so she'll know how to pinch those breathers.
I think you're right. I think certainly in the second half of the fight that she could just click through the gears a little bit. There's every opportunity for her to do that. She's done some good work on the inside in the second minute of this third round as well. Touchy gloves between the two.
Step off all the time. Yeah. Just here, right? If you go in 2 phases and 3 phases, you'll get her out of there. Right? But it doesn't have to be greedy with it. Bang, 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 and try big ones. Boom, boom, boom. Step, boom, 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 boom. Step off, 3, 4, step off, go again. 3, 4, step off, go again. You'll get her out of there. Right? But don't try for it. Have a little feel for it in the face. Shoot it just. Double jab, use your feet, use your jab. Don't be going square. Just
So into the second half of this one, Connolly quickly into the middle herself there, and I think is looking to try and put Barker Porter under some pressure here and just knock her out of the rhythm that she developed, particularly towards the end of that third round. Interesting listening to her corner, Barker Porter's. They do want her to click through the gears and put her punches together in bunches more, and as you've been saying, I think double up on that jab, a couple of phases of attack.
Yeah. Just by going up through the gears a little bit more and being a bit more active with her jab, it makes Beck Connolly have to work even harder just to stay in the fight. And as you know, a couple of rounds down the line, especially if you start working his body as well, that's when you don't take the shots as well as what you would do earlier on.
Just reaching for that right hand there, Connolly, but Barker Porter taking those feet back out of range, looks for the jab. Still keeping it simple in the fourth, and no need to deviate from that tactic. No need to use any different tools necessarily, but just be a bit busier with them.
Yeah. Sometimes it's a case of trusting yourself, because you know you fight fights in and you don't know. You're in. Oh, that's a good right hand. You're in with somebody that's been in with absolutely everybody, and not everybody stopped him. And so maybe it's a case of trusting yourself, thinking I don't want to open up too much because I might run out of gas down the stretch, and then I might not look as good. So there's a lot of doubts in there, and it's all part of experience in growing as a fighter.
She was last in action 2 weeks ago, actually, in Phil Jeffries' Summer Rumble.
That was a nice jab.
She's not doing anything. She's just coming in to get one in the face.
the slightly busier approach from Beck Connolly, I think, has worked for her in that previous round, and she's looking to try and keep it up, just commit a little bit more than she had been previously. She was keeping it on the outside, looking for a way in, was being relatively circumspect, which just isn't really her way, and she's given Barker Porter since then a bit more to think about.
Yeah, she's been trying to out-hustle her, and again, that's experience. She knows if she just sits back and allows Porter to box at her own pace and do whatever she wants, then she's in for a really hard night.
But she made a quite quick start to this round, and now is just backing off a little bit. Burst to work in the first 35, 40 seconds, and now just keeping her on the outside that little bit more.
There, a little bit of good body work there from Beck Connolly.
Nice bit of defence there from Barker Porter, but I could just do with seeing a bit more from her. As we've been saying, she looks good. She's got nice balance. She's got some good reflexes and good skills. Nice right hand there landed. And again, just as I say that, she's going to apply the finish here. Connolly somehow managed to stay up. Another big right hand. The referee needs to get in and stop this.
Yeah,
right hand to the body. The referee jumps in and calls it over. And right on cue, Jordan Barker Porter gave us exactly what we were asking for. She'd slipped into a little bit of a too comfortable rhythm, and then she stepped into that right hand, followed it up, rocked Connolly onto her heels, stunned her. You could see that easily, and then on the follow-up just gave her nowhere to go, and the referee could maybe have got in slightly earlier than that, to be honest, but he did his job in the end.
Yeah, I'd like to have seen that stopped a little bit earlier. And the difference there is when Porter landed the right hand, but she's been landing all the way through, she went again and went again and went again. It's just that sustained burst. And again, it's just confidence, a bit of confidence, you know, inexperience and just doubting yourself. That'll do the world good. Showed some good signs of a good prospect there.
And there was the right hand that really did the damage. The gloves dropped, and she's trying to defend herself from this point onwards, Connolly. But she's landing at will there, really, Barker Porter. The referee's in a good position there. He's having a very good look. I don't want to be too harsh. We're talking a matter of a couple of seconds there, but it was impressive. When the finish came, it was swift, it was clinical. And that's a good win.
It is a very good win for her.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have time of 1 minute and 51 seconds into round number 5 when our referee in charge, Neil Clove, stops the contest. Your winner by TKO. Let's hear it for Jordan Barker Porter. Let's also hear it for Beck Connolly.
So Jordan, you brought plenty of support and you gave them a great finish there.
Oh man, honestly, I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody that's bought a ticket tonight. Over 100 people, 9 days to sell the tickets for me lost out in. I love every single one of you. Thank you.
And we were just saying on commentary, you were looking nice and slick, you got good balance, good skills. We were just wanting a little bit more from you. And then right on cue, you found the finish.
Yeah, I mean, I should have stepped on the gas. Maybe it's round 2, round 3, but I was just trying to take my time a little bit, and then when I seen her hurt, I thought I'm going to pounce, so yeah.
You look at the roster of fighters who have stopped Bet Connolly, and there's some big names on there.
Yeah, look, I just want to say a massive thank you to Rebecca as well for taking the fight. It's really hard to get matched at the minute. Girls just won't accept fights. So she stepped up in a weight class, so thank you. And yeah, just massive respect to her. She's been in with the best of the best in the country, so we need more people like Beck in the sport, so massive well done to her.
You boxed 2 weeks ago. We're going to see you in another fortnight.
Maybe, I don't know. I am going to have a little breather, go on a little holiday with the wife, and then hopefully be back in December, back end of the year.
Okay, well, congratulations. Great performance tonight.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Is in the heavyweight division scheduled for 4 rounds. Would you please welcome firstly to the red corner, Phil Williams.
Classic choice of ring walk tune here by Phil Williams. This is always guaranteed to get any boxing crowd going, whatever stage of the evening we're at. He's a very reliable guy, Williams. He's been the distance with some good fighters. He's been stopped by some good fighters as well. He's been the distance with a couple we saw earlier in Hosea Stewart and Franklin Ignatius.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, about to make his entrance, would you please welcome Steve Robinson.
It's been interesting talking to Steve Robinson this week because he's gathered some real attention and publicity for himself over the last few months. He's boxed on Sky a couple of times, he's gone for the Ivan Drago look. It's worked, he's been in entertaining fights, but he lost last time out and he definitely feels like he's got something to prove. He said to me on Thursday he doesn't want people to think that he's some kind of gimmick, that he's a real fighter.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge of this contest will be Kevin McIntyre. Introducing first the fighter in the red corner, wearing gray and green, weighing in at 18 stone 2 pounds. Making his 42nd appearance as a professional, hailing from Swindon. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Phil Williams. And introducing his opponent in the blue corner, he's wearing red and yellow, weighing in at 17 stone 5 pounds. His record stands at 4 wins, including 3 KO victories and 1 defeat. Fighting out of Newcastle, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Steve Disney Drago Robinson.
Right, lads, you both know the rules. Obey my commands at all time, defend yourselves at all time. Touch gloves, let's go to work.
Round 1.
So into the first we go. They're scheduled for 6 between Steve Robinson in the red and gold there, the Disney Drago, and Phil Williams in the black and green. Williams an away corner fighter, been with some good opposition. Robinson 4-1 these days. The defeat coming in his last fight against Shane Gill. A very interesting 6-round ding-dong it was as well. I was ringside for it. And Robinson just looking to rebound from that. Steps in, cramps himself the room a little bit as he lets that right hand go.
Williams came out and started throwing a lovely jab. A lovely jab. It looks like it means business tonight.
Trying to pop that jab, Robinson, and then looking for the big siding overhand right, which didn't quite land. Williams there, just moving in behind the jab, gets onto the shoulder. See what Williams is looking to do here. When he gets the opportunity, just moving behind that lead hand, get close like he is there, and just wrap Robinson up and maybe get a little bit of work done on the inside.
Yeah, I think if he's got any ambition of winning tonight, he needs to, when he gets on the inside, he does need to start working the body. Because if on range, he's throwing a lovely jab.
Clever there from Williams. Just shrugged his man off, sprang back, looked to try and find the right hand. Final 30 seconds of round one, the schedule for 4. With the left hand there, Robinson, just open out slightly, and again throws that lead left foot wide and slings in a big haymaker of a right, but Williams too cute to be caught by that.
You can't go swinging it up there because you're going to end up falling onto something, all right? Yeah? So, touching, find your range of what you're doing, okay? Find your range of what you're doing. Bam, bam, touch, bang, go. Hit point as well, though. Go down. Don't get fucking thrown into a fight, all right? Yeah? Keep it dead simple. Straight lines through the middle. Right, that's working for you. When you're inside, if he's holding, clear move, step back, whack away at him, all right?
Seconds out, round 2.
So into the second. Interesting advice from the corner there for Robinson. They want him to measure that right hand, not just step in and throw it like a javelin. Touch with that jab and set it up.
Yeah, very good information there. But you know what, you can understand with Robinson in that first round, there's a lot of pressure on him there. A lot of, like you said before, you know, he feels like he's got a point to prove, but it's not a gimmick. This is his hometown. You know, he's got his friends and family here, so you can understand that round one is a little bit tense and trying a little bit too hard, and so you can telegraph everything. But that's why you need sometimes, when you come back after round one, have a little chat with your coach, and he puts you back on the right path, and you've had that first round out of the way, and then you can get down to work.
Williams, as he just shuffles forward there, kind of drops his height a little bit, throws that jab up from the waist, and it's a decent jab.
It is. It's so much better than what his record is.
Right hand to the body was a good shot there from Robinson. That got a slight reaction there from Williams, but close up he looks to try and work away. Robinson just on the borderline there, trying to move that head. But if he doesn't throw, then Williams is is quick to do something to close that space, get in tight, and wrap him up, and try and work as well. Just snatched to that right hand a bit there, Robinson. Heading into the final minute of round two. It's a good point you make about him being under pressure because, as you say, he's a hometown man. He sells tickets. Nice jab there again from Williams. Kind of crabs his way in, shoots it up from low. And he's coming into this off the back of a defeat, Robinson too.
Yeah, boxing's very unforgiving. You can be on the crest of a wave. Everybody's coming out to watch you box. You're getting all the coverage in the world. Then you get beat. And when you have this comeback fight, if you don't look, you know, back to your best in the comeback fight, then all of a sudden the next fight after that, ticket sales aren't there anymore. Nobody's talking about it anymore. So there's a lot of pressure on fighters when they're coming off for a loss.
Decent bit of work there from Robinson to end the round.
No, you won that round, mate. You're comfortable, but you win them, right? Do not let him get your hands on him. Do not let him get into the fight, mate. Seriously. When you pressure him, keep on ending that long jab.
So into the second half of the fight, the schedule for four. Steve Robinson in the red and yellow, big overhand right there, caught Williams and moved him, but it didn't sting him too much. He got his feet back together. Just for a second there, I wondered if that had caught him high on the head and taken his balance away, but it wasn't the case. There's that jab again from Williams. He plants those feet nice and wide, snaps it up from the waist, up into the eye line, makes it difficult to pick up. He's had some joy with that.
He has. He's got a quality jab when he uses it.
There it is again. You get the sense that he's enjoying this, Williams. He's warming to it.
I think when he came out round one, I think he really fancies this.
Lead left hook there from Robinson. He goes down to the body with the right hand. Shake of the head there from Williams. Robinson asking his corner between rounds if he won that second, if he definitely won the second round. Good head movement there, but he gets caught on the end of the right hand. Evaded the first couple of punches and then knocked that third.
Yeah, it comes with a little right hand as well there.
This is getting interesting. £17.5 for this one, Robinson, so £9 lighter than he was for the defeat against Shane Gilfield. Williams 18 stone 2. Nice combination again there from Williams. They're leaning in.
He's doing it a couple of times, short little chopping shots on the inside. Robinson's got to get wise to that. It's a good shot he just caught Williams with, I think, there.
Left hand from Robinson and leaning on closer. Finds a little bit of room for the right. And he's just covering up, tucking up a bit there, Williams. I think he felt that left hand high on the head. And Robinson has possibly got an opportunity here. 30 seconds remaining in the round. Williams was having a good round up until that point.
But there's the experience to smother him. Stop the follow-up attack. Let his head clear, let his legs come back. And then he'll get back to work. Legs still look a little bit heavy. That's a good shot.
Big cuffing right hand there from Robinson. Robinson pushing Williams back into the ropes, and good finish to the round there for Robinson. Good final minute to it for him.
Yeah, listen, I know it's hot here, I know it's raining here, mate, you win the fight, but do me a favour, you've got to be putting on a more educated than that, right? You can't just be waiting for one big shot. It's not going to come to this kid, right? Sort of put him down, put the pressure on, walk him down, and throw a shot, bang, bang, bang. Nothing silly. Hands up, head out the firing lane when you finish fighting, yeah? No problem, hands and feet. That's finish strong, right? Win this. You can get him out there, right? Nothing silly, no?
You're trying to win the ball, tell me that. Let your hands go, hands up, don't be letting you weak.
So fourth and final round, these two just called to the centre, touch gloves. It's been a good watch this. Robinson with a strong finish to that previous round. And goes down to the body. That's a good shot with the right hand. Moved in, good distance on it. Gets caught by right there, Robinson. That was a little bit too obvious.
Yeah. And that's what his coach has been telling him not to do. You can't just go in there swinging, otherwise you walk onto something. Well, that's a good right hand.
Short with the left hook there, Robinson, off the back of the 1-2.
Yeah, Williams is definitely more uncomfortable now. What he's doing there, he's bluffing his opponent. He's using that experience that he's had.
Wrong right hand again there, but that one landed. Since he had that strong finish to the round, Robinson, towards the end of that round, and then again there, punches that I think Williams would have seen and avoided earlier in the fight. Now he's unable to. They're big kind of sandbagging shots, heavy, land around the side of the head.
Sap the strength away from your legs.
Oh, huge right hand there from Robinson, just as Williams was opening out to throw himself, but I think he's taken it okay. The corner, well, maybe a bit concerned, but he looked straight at them, as if to say, no, it's okay. I managed to take that one, but that was flush. So into the final minute.
Robinson's got to give himself some room if he wants to land something clean again before the end of this fight.
Almost swinging himself off his feet there, Robinson. Looks for that long kind of sweeping right hand. When he gets his feet a bit closer and throws it to the body, it's really effective, but when he's as far out as he has been sometimes, it's not really going to get there.
I think Williams is pleased that this is a 4-rounder.
Well, they've done 4 rounds before these two, back in February 2020. Robinson it was with the win. There goes the bell at the end of the fourth. Williams enjoyed that one, I think. Robinson, though, starting to have an impact towards the end of the third round. A bit of blood coming from that left eye. I think maybe a head clash really late on. A little bit of swelling around the left cheekbone there as well, I think. But he'll be glad to be back in the ring, back in action. I think he was a bit on edge during the week, actually, speaking to him. He knew that he was under pressure tonight, and no fighter likes to be questioned. People are very quick to get on your case.
Yeah. And especially, listen, he's put himself out there with the whole image of the Drago thing. So, you know, with that, you do have to take what comes with it, good or bad. But ultimately, if there is that pressure there when you're coming back from something, so he's handling it really well. And now he'll feel so much better about himself. You know, he's got that monkey off his back, and he's back on, you know, as we're saying, back on winning ways.
That was a head clash right at the very end of the fight. Must have been in the final couple of seconds. It doesn't look too bad, just a little nick underneath the eye. I don't think that's going to cause him any kind of a problem.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of action, we go to the scorecard. Our referee, Kevin McIntyre, scored this contest 39-37 in favor of your winner, Steve Disney Drago Robinson.
So Robinson gets back to winning ways, 39-37, 3 rounds to 1.
So I'm here with new Wasserman signing, light heavyweight Lyndon Arthur. Lyndon, big news.
It's big news, it's good news for me, it's good news for all of us, I think. I can't wait to get started, I can't wait to fight, I can't wait to get my career back on track and back to winning titles and stuff like that and get that loss out of the way.
You've had that Commonwealth title, of course. You've been on the big stage with those 2 fights against Anthony Yards. How frustrating has it been being on the sidelines?
Not so much frustrating because I've been in the gym, I've been working on what I need to work on, and I'm just excited to get back, you know. I'm ready. I think these Wasserman Channel 5 are the channel for me and the team for me. I've got a great team around me and I feel like I'm going to do bits again, so I'm excited.
It's a vibrant scene, still, that British light heavyweight scene. So many good fighters in and around it. Is it a British title that you're looking to target now? Any of them.
You know, I'll probably have a fight back and then we'll target them all. I would love the rematch with Yard also. Eventually I think we'll get that. We have to make it's 1-1, we have to make the trilogy. But yeah, the British title, the European title is vacant and now I think so. Like I said, I'm excited.
Well, let's talk to the man with the plan, Wasserman promoter Kalle Sowell. And Kalle, how do you see it panning out for Lyndon with you guys?
Oh, you know, we're super excited. It's a fantastic signing. Great fights out there on a domestic level, but I also see, you know, if you look at the likes of Callum Johnson, Dan Aziz, Buatsi, of course a third fight with Yard we'd love as well. But really, this man is going to go on to world honours, and that's our plan. And if we have to step over some UK names to get there and create a fuss, that's fantastic. That's what we do as promoters. That's the path we set. Lyndon has just said to me tonight, he said, I don't care who they are. You put them up and I'll knock them out. And this man can box, punch, has a boxing brain, and fantastic guy outside the ring. And we're really looking forward to working with him. And you know, we've developed a lot of world champions over the years, and this one is one that he's always been gift wrapped because of where he already is, sporting wise, and very excited to attack.
It's hot in here, isn't it?
I'm sweating. It's hot in here. We need to put some fans in here. It's aircon or something, but yeah, man.
So you're fresh and ready to go, though. Get back in the ring as soon as you can, as soon as the right opportunity comes up.
Yeah, but, you know, in the next couple of months, before the end of the year, I would like to get out twice. Or, you know, no injuries, God willing. So yeah, we'll get out twice, and then we're getting a big fight next year or whenever. I'm ready.
Okay, gents, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Ladies and gentlemen, now we continue the action in the super lightweight division. This bout is scheduled for 6 rounds. Let's welcome our fighters into the ring. Making his entrance first to the red corner, Rustem Fatkalan.
This is Rustem Fatkalan, 29 years old, Russian-born, now based in Southampton. Has been on the road since he moved over to the UK. That was back in autumn last year, and he's been very, very busy.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome to the blue corner, Ben Marksby.
Ben Marksby, 4-0, 22 years old from Darlington, good amateur, English youth champion, boxed for England on numerous occasions, and was going to stay in the amateur code as a senior and try his luck at the elites in 2020, but it didn't take place, of course, because of COVID, and after a long spell out of boxing because of the pandemic, decided that when boxing came back he was going to turn pro, maybe a bit sooner than he would have anticipated. It happened to a lot of fighters.
Ladies and gentlemen, our third man in the ring in charge of this contest will be our referee, Ron Kearney. Introducing first the fighter in the red corner and wearing black and gray, weighing in at 10 stone 2 pounds. Tonight, making his 47th appearance as a professional, hailing from Kyrgyzstan, please welcome Rustem Hurricane Fat Callan. Introducing his opponent in the blue corner, wearing white and blue with silver trim. Yesterday he weighed in at 10 stone 2 pounds. His unblemished record stands at 4 wins, no defeats. Hailing from Darlington, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ben Marksby.
Get us then, Ben. Keep your heads out, keep your punches up, keep it clean. Obey my commands at all times and protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves, come out boxing on the bell. Let's go.
So the schedule for 6 at super lightweight, Ben Marksby in the white and blue, boxing out of the orthodox stance. Rustem Fatkulin also orthodox, he's in the black and white. Marksby 4-0, good amateur. He's got a good few fights in as well since he turned over last October. He's up against someone in Fatkulin here though, who has been very, very busy since he moved to the UK not that long ago. He's 38 fights in absolutely no time. He's been operating out of the away corner, but he clearly knows how to look after himself because nobody from these shores has managed to stop him.
It's the first time I've had a look at Marksby, and straight away in the first minute, you see how he shapes up. He looks a well-educated boxer. You can see he's got that schooling.
Wins against the likes of Dante Dixon, Akib Diaz, and the amateurs, fighters we've seen making their pro debuts in recent times. Went 2-2 overall with Mark Chamberlain, who's making good progress. So that's the kind of level he's been at, and he won 6 national titles, 1 fight as a senior, and then COVID came, so he did intend to box as a senior. It's always best if you do, I think. You do get fighters turn over straight from the youths.
Yeah. But sometimes, you know, it doesn't suit all anyway. I like to say that everything happens for a reason. As long as he's not rushed and they can develop him, then he can do his learning in the pros. Nice start.
Good left to the body. Off the back of the 1-2. All 4 wins on points over 4 rounds so far. All very much learning fights, as this one is intended to be as well. So, just echoing what you were saying there, Dave, basically, if you don't have that senior amateur experience, then you have to pick the right opponents early on.
And he puts these shots together lovely. You know, changing the distance and the range on the shots. It's a lovely jab.
Again, just throwing that jab up from the waist, really sinking it in. Cut up in the hairline there, I think, by the look of it. Clash of heads, it would have been towards the end of the round.
Okay, full seal.
Nice and relaxed, Wasserman.
Seconds out, round 2.
So into the second, and Rustam Fatkulin picking up a cut just about an inch into his hairline, I think, at the end of the previous round. Most likely would have been a head clash. You can just see the dab of Vaseline on the right-hand side of his head. The lefters will be looking at him. I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem. Marksby won't exactly be targeting it, given where it is.
Yeah, and sometimes those on the hairline, they look worse than what they are, because you know the blood will just flow straight down the head. So you're trying to look for a bigger cut than where it is. Got clipped with a little left up there. These are the kind of fights that you want when you're learning and you're a young kid that's, like you say, he's not had senior experience. But you don't want to be fighting journeymen that aren't trying to punch back. You want the guys that are going to be throwing, but you don't want to be throwing in over your head in life and death. But you want them to be, if you make a sloppy mistake, you want them to be thrown to punish you with it. That's how they're going to learn.
Right, he's boxing Liverpool, Leeds, Eccles, Hull, so he's been taking the fights where he can get them. He's teamed up with Steve Wood as his manager.
Well, Steve keeps all his fighters active, so he's got the right management for that.
And we'll be hoping to catch the eye of Callum Soundland at ringside. That's the opportunity you have boxing on one of these shows. He does sell a few tickets as well. You can see he's got some sponsors on his shorts there too, so putting the work in outside the ring, which you have to do. Lead right hand there, just springing off the ropes from Marksby.
He's putting the work inside the ring right now. I'm liking a lot of what I'm seeing. Yes, he gets caught a little bit. You know, his head's a little bit high at times. But again, you're talking about a kid that's just learning. Puts his shots together, lovely. Again, that left hook. It's on the end of his attacks. You know when you're admiring your work a little bit and you're in that flow, sometimes you're switching off and not thinking about what's coming back. But this is why this is a good opponent.
Closing stages of round 2. They're scheduled for 6, so it'll be the first time that Marksby has done 6 if he goes all the way down the stretch. You can tell that Fatkulin's had a proper boxing education himself, the little feints he throws with the front foot. He's looking for a way in.
Yeah.
You're landing some decent shots, right? And then you're stepping out. Can you remember how many times you went through this? You're stepping out and you're not giving yourself any more shots.
So this, we believe, is the head clash that caused the cut in the hairline from the opening round. And if anyone was going to come off worse there, you would have thought that there was going to be Marksby,
Yeah,
actually.
he would. He's done well.
Relax, relax. He's got another fella. All right, you'll have more choice.
That's Mark Seltzer in Fatkulin's corner. He's travelled without a trainer, which is common for away corner fighters.
Mark Telson's not a bad substitute to have in your corner though, is he? He's been there, done that, bought a t-shirt.
Doubling up on the jab there, Marksby at the start of the round, and throwing a tight left hook, and again. Fatkulin just steps forward and climbs into that left himself there. And every now and again, that's what he gets caught by. That right glove is up, but just not quite high enough.
And there's no real reaction off his own shot.
Nice looking 1-2, but he'd taken his feet out there, Fatkulin. Good left to the body, that was a decent shot, and I think he He felt that one, just dabbing at the eye. I think that's blood from the existing cut, not a new one. But he looked in a touch of discomfort there, Fat Coolin, and I think it was down to that body shot. Started life as a prospect, Fat Coolin, back in Russia. Boxed his first 8 out of the home corner, went 8-0, and then picked up his stall and took it over to the away corner.
Yeah, it's difficult when, oh, that was a good right hand, that looked like it registered.
It definitely did, you could just see the legs. Yeah. Just give a little bit there. Fat Coolin comes back, though, steps into a right hand himself, but that did get a reaction.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, you know, for a lot of foreign fighters that come over, good fighters, maybe prospects over there, but once they come over here, then promoters aren't going to, unless there's something special with some special background in the amateurs, they're not going to invest in them because they're not going to sell tickets, so they have to go on the road, and that's where you start seeing the record even out.
There's that double jab from Marksby, the second one found the target, but again Fat Coolin was on his way back. Marksby got his feet nice and close and sent a couple into the body. He's looking to try and work Fat Coolin over a bit towards the end of the round here. Fat Coolin is happy to come back though. This is a good fight for Marksby. As Dave was saying earlier, it really is.
I'll tell you what, he's not afraid to stand in the pocket and trade shots as well. You know, you get some kids that come out of the amateur, especially again, he's not had any senior fights. You get some come out of the amateurs and they don't want to take that gamble, and they will be safety first. He's going to be an exciting fighter.
Good action towards the end of the round there. Fat Coolin just landing a left-right on the bell. That was a left to the body, I think.
That was a right hand there. So a little shake of the leg. I like how Marksby followed up as well then. He kept the vision, he kept his distance there. He was just checking him out while he was throwing the shot. A lot of young kids will just start swinging there. They see a little wobble of the leg and they go a bit mad.
So into the fourth, into the second half of the fight. They're scheduled for 6. Ben Marksby's looked good in the white and blue up against Rustam Fat Coolin, who certainly knows what he's doing in the black and silver. As we've been saying, you can tell he's had a proper boxing schooling from the way that he goes about his business, and he has some ambition as well. He may have a lot of defeats, but when he has the opportunity to get something done, he takes it. Marksby had a good career as a youth, boxed internationally, and you can see why. Short with the uppercut there. It's a good head movement that from Fat Coolin. That's good boxing, really is. Got that guard up nice and tight. He's on the borderline range there and just slipping shots, looking to try and get something off, but nothing really presented itself. Hooking off the jab there, Fat Coolin.
That's the shot that Marksby gets caught with, isn't it? Oh, that's a nice body shot underneath there.
It's in the distance with a couple of very good amateurs. Fat Coolin, who turned pro. Callum French, who was on the GB squad for a long spell. Skillful fighter from these parts. Charles Frankham as well, who was a junior and youth as an amateur, achieved a lot.
Oh, good shot.
Left hand there from Marksby, but Matt Coolin immediately just gets a hold of him as soon as that landed. Solid 1-2 there from Marksby. The referee just having a quick word about putting the shoulder in. Again, the 1-2 and down to the body with the left hand. It's good stuff, but he gets caught by the left again there.
I'd like him to vary his power up a little bit now. In fact, Coolin's expecting every shot to be powerful, so he's kind of brace himself as he's getting backed up. If he varies the power a little, and just goes with speed with a couple and then drops in a couple of bombs.
Bit of damage on the bridge of the nose there, I think, maybe, for Fat Coolin. Looking for the uppercut there, Marksby. Just short with it, final few seconds of the round. He quickens up those feet and pushes him off again just to establish that distance that he wants.
There was a nice left hook underneath as well, right on the bell.
Landed that as clean as you could possibly land it. Fat Coolin took that one without any discernible problem, but that was a quality shot. It was.
You get more leverage in the body shots. We need to hit that body, and I've got his head is fucking like concrete. Here, hit his body as hard as you can. Hey, head spells, use your head, all right?
So into the fifth. And he's kept this at a real high tempo, Ben Marksby. And I've got every confidence that he can sustain that through these next two rounds. He's not been beyond 4 in his pro career so far, so this is another important box ticked. He's won every round, but it's been competitive because Fat Coolin has always had something to say.
But also that tells you, if he's you know, this is his first 6 rounder, the pace that he's gone at. And he's put effort in, he's put power in, you know, he's not been going in there and thinking about the later rounds. He's really done well in this fight, and it shows you that his belief in his own ability, belief in his own fitness and stamina. So you know his kid lives the life, because he tends to have the fighters that live the life, have got full belief in the stamina.
Fat Coolin just backpedaling, Marksby again going down to the body. Fat Coolin just looking to get on his bike a bit more in this round than he has done in previous ones, skirting along the ropes, just staying away. Marksby has got to try and track him down.
I'd like Marksby to keep popping the jab in between his combinations when he's backing up.
That's a good shot. It's a quality left hand. It's almost a reverse 1-2 really. Leads off with that right hand, then throws out left with his feet set almost square, but he gets real good power on it. Crunching right hand again there. In fact, Coolin has got a set of whiskers on him, as the corner was saying to Marksby between rounds. But his head is like concrete, and it absolutely is.
Yes, and it's not just in survival mode, he keeps firing back. I mean, he caught Marksby on the way in there with a little right hand when his back was to the ropes under pressure.
Coolin just complaining or signalling that that one was maybe slightly around the back of the head. Weighed in at 10-2 for this one, Marksby. I was talking to him during the week, and I think his intention is to try and box at lightweight when it comes to the point where he has to make weight. And again, Fat Coolin just feeling that 1-2 as he was backed up to the ropes. And Marksby swinging a bit wildly with the right hand, but we haven't seen that too often. He's been measured and effective and accurate with almost everything that he's thrown.
Do you know what, Fat Coolin's tough, because it was about 10 seconds before that attack on the ropes, he got nailed with the right hand, and you saw how it was a heavy right hand, he felt that. And he's still trying to throw punches back.
Well, the leg's a little bit shaky there for Fat Coolin as he goes back to the corner on the opposite side of the ring.
Just breathe. Away. Fill your lungs. There you go. All right.
That's a good shot. That's a quality shot.
Don't move your head. Just keep working your way in on the jab.
Last round, eh?
Yeah, last round.
Okay.
So, sixth and final round of what's been a really enjoyable watch this between Ben Marksby and Rustin Fat Coolin. I'd not seen Marksby live before this fight. I was chatting to him during the week. He was filling me in on his amateur record without any hints of a boast. He's quite a quiet lad, actually, but when he gets in the ring, you can see that the confidence is there. He really grows. He doesn't shrink. That's for absolutely certain when he slides through those ropes. This is where he feels that he belongs, and Fat Coolin is a very, very hard man, and he does have some ability as well.
Yeah, it's not just tough. I mean, if you just say what a tough man he is, you give him a disservice. He's a good fighter. He's a very good fighter. And this has been a really good fight for Marksby. And if I'm Calasal and sat at ringside, this kid's worth investing in. This kid's worth getting hold of and building and taking your time with.
Agreed. Sells a ticket up here as well.
Yeah, ticks all the boxes as well. Like you're saying, he's got a couple of sponsors. You'd expect he's the type of kid that's going to get more and more sponsors as he's going along. But his fan base is going to grow because he's exciting. He's a good boxer, but he's aggressive with it. You know he's trying to take him out. And as he goes over the longer distances, the 8s and 10s, you can see him getting late stoppages. He might not be the world's biggest puncher, but that doesn't matter. He's getting rounds under his belt now where it counts when he's at novice stage. But whoever made this match, this is a great match for him.
That's been perfect because he set a hot pace and he's kept it going all the way through. And as we've been saying, Fat Coolin has been well coached, well drilled himself. He absolutely knows what he's doing in there. He's caught Marksby with some decent punches himself, and he's exactly the kind of fighter who, if you're not quite up to the job, he will beat you.
Yeah. So far for me, it's a performance of the night, this.
So inside the final minute, Marksby still just going after his man here. He's gone about this the same way from the first bell to the last. He's looked to put his punches together. Long right hand there, straight down the middle, just knocks the head back, and Fat Coolin just wraps Marksby up, buys himself a few seconds.
And he's still firing, Fat Coolin.
There's that left hand. There's not quite as much on it from Fat Coolin now, but Marksby, again, with that long, looping right almost, gets it through, and he'll keep working right up until the bell here, and he looks like he could do this for another 2 at least, another 4 maybe.
Yeah, he's a fit kid, very fit kid.
Well, touch of gloves between the two. They go to their opposite corners. And that was 18 minutes of good entertainment. It really was.
Yeah, really enjoyed that.
In fact, Coolin with a right grin on his face there. He's earned his money the hard way. The Marksby moving up from 4 rounds to 6. Made his debut last October, so has been pretty busy. And it'll be interesting to see what happens with him next. It was a big showcase this for him, and I don't really think he could have done much more than he's done to catch the eye. Seltzer just chatting to Bakul in there. I love listening into the away corner sometimes. That was great away corner work before the end of the final round. He didn't bother saying too much. What can you say? He said, just move your head a little bit, try and jab your way in. Other than that, just left him alone.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing action, we go to the scorecard. Our referee, Ron Kearney, scored this bout 60-55 in favor of your winner. Let's hear it for Ben Marksby.
So Marksby, 60 points to 55, I think Tuka said there, so he's given Bakul a share of 1 round. That's a good performance and takes him to 5-0.